Ross? Hamilton?
Here.
Hart?
Here.
Robinson?
Here.
Baxter?
Here.
Harris?
Here.
Fowler?
Here.
So we have it.
Thank you. If everybody stand for the Pledge of Allegiance and the prayer of Mr. John Barber.
Let's bow our heads. Heavenly Father, as we come before you this evening, once again, we do ask for your blessing upon this fair city. We pray that you would be with the men and women who lead us and guide us with their decisions, that you would give them wisdom and grace this evening. And especially tonight, we pray for the first responders, the police, the fire, the electric department, who put themselves in harm's way for our benefit, Lord. Just be with them all, we pray. In Jesus' name, and all God's people said.
Amen.
Amen.
I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
So moved.
motion. Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton? Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco? Yes. So we have 3 communications.
Thank you. If anybody'd like to pull in communications, if not, I'll ask for a
Number 2.
pull number 2. Here's pull number 2. 1, that's, read 1. You want it read in title? Debbie, do you want it read?
Yes, please.
Okay. Let's go ahead and approve 1
Move to
and read.
accept communication 1.
Okay, please. Motion approved for communication
Second.
1, and there is a second. And now,
And 3. 3 was added.
Oh,
so 1 and 3 will be approved? Is that what you're saying? There it is.
I don't know what 3 is.
Now read 2.
We need a vote.
I need a vote for
Let's go ahead and vote. Okay.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton? Hart? Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Communication number 2 reads as follows. Good afternoon, Ward 2 Alderwomen, excuse me. I had some of the Rose City area neighbors reach out for an opinion on the event center asking to open near my business, Shotgun Dens, near or in Rose City. I can share that the comedy club behind me has brought some challenges with the parking and traffic. I'm aware that I've had to assist with an investigation of domestic violence with regard to that business. We provided camera footage to the department. I can only speculate that the event center will exacerbate the aforementioned issues. I do share concerns for traffic noise, potential disturbances to the public. The business model is a stark contrast from the previous use of the property. Major alcohol consumption by large groups could result and present challenges for the city. I respectfully submit my thoughts and appreciate the council's caution and consideration of this request. Thanks, Joshua P. Woodward, President, Shotgun Den Holding Incorporated.
Move to accept and file.
Motion accepted,
Second.
and there's a second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton? Hart?
Can I ask a question
We need to.
after? So I'm accepting to enter it into the,
Just communications.
okay,
You've read it, haven't you?
Accepting the document
Okay.
as part of the record.
Thank you. Thank you, Dan.
yes.
Yes.
Okay. Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Thank you. Tonight, is there a lot of council members, the city attorney, city clerk, you have on your file the State of the City message. With that, I've always filmed something for the public, so if you'd go ahead and run presentations for me, I'd appreciate it. Here's the State of the City.
It's an exciting time to live and do business in the city of North Little Rock. I'm standing in front of the site of the future Central Fire Station in Mid-City, a vital part of the community's infrastructure. Mayor Hartwick's focus on the 3 Ps, public safety, public works, and parks, has brought major improvements to the city's fire services. Thanks to the half-cent sales tax renewed by voters of North Little Rock, 3 new fire stations have opened, leaving number 6, Burns Park, number 8, and Blaze Drive, number 11, improving response times and facilities. The new Central 1 will even include a 24-hour baby drop, enhancing community support. In just one 3-block stretch near the Arkansas River in Argenta, over $80 million in construction is underway. Let's take a look at the state of the city and a peek ahead for 2025. Officer Cobb, we're in the community room here at the Justice Center, one of the many great spaces that you guys have to work in, operate out of. This is one of the many things that the mayor has been a part of as the department has grown and as safety becomes the priority for the city of North Little Rock.
Yes, ma'am. When the mayor decided to open the Justice Center, December of 2021, it definitely gave the North Little Rock Police Department a centralized home for all departments.
What has the effort to establish the Real-Time Crime Center meant for the city of North Little Rock?
Real-Time Crime Center is such an asset for the community and the police department because it provides the officers with live data, that is collected from different resources and technology that we have out here. It allows the officers to get in front of crime and not be reactive to what's going on out here.
You guys also prioritized a cold case squad. Those are those unsolved crimes that you're still working on.
Yes, the cold case squad was prioritized because we wanted to give a fresh look to some of those cold cases out here and possibly bring closure to some of the families that are still seeking answers out here.
Appointing a liaison to the underserved community, I know personally that's close to your heart,
Yes,
but
ma'am.
we've seen that have a ripple effect throughout our community.
Yes, ma'am. The mayor did bring back the unsheltered liaison for the city of North Little Rock. Working hand in hand and closely with the unsheltered, I'm able to connect them with those resources, whether it be, rehab, housing. It allows me to develop those relationships with the unsheltered community.
You've worked in other places, other officers have worked in other places. There's something special about the city of North Little Rock, the government, agencies, and everyone having a sense of pride and that let's work together attitude.
Yes, ma'am. I've been at different agencies, and I tell people, this is the best agency to work for. And I don't just say that because I work here. I truly feel it in my heart. Our community backs us 100%. And once again, I'll say, we're only as strong as the people that we serve and that back us. And that is what makes North Little Rock and the city of North Little Rock so special.
Josh, tell us about investing in the city of North Little Rock and why you choose to be here.
Sure. So getting out of college in early 2000, our family invested in a building in downtown Argenta. And at the time there was a feed mill and got to see the feed mill come down and office buildings go up and apartment complexes. Saw all the development in Rockwater and the Jumpstart programs in Park Hill and Levy. And Midtown is the logical next step. And so Special Olympics, their headquarters just down the road, the great fire station, probably one of the best in Arkansas across the street, Argenta Downtown Council coming across the alley. And so we just believe in North Little Rock and are happy to be here and happy to grow with it.
What is it like doing business in the city of North Little Rock? That's one of the things that a lot of people will say, it's different doing business here.
Sure, it's different in a good way, I think. I mean, it really is easy to work with the city. There's so much growth and everyone loves the city and wants to pour more energy and money into it. So it's the perfect place to do business.
What does this momentum that is being created here right now look like in 5-10 years from your perspective as business people?
So we're actually, our family construction company is 3 generations. And so I've seen my dad do it, Caleb's grandfather, and then I've seen my little sliver of time and Caleb is seeing it. And so I think that's what we're seeing in North Little Rock is the baton being passed down from generation to generation as to this is a place to live and invest and work and play.
Yeah, and I also think the momentum's really carrying it over the aqueduct here. I mean, we've seen people from the river grow out, Argenta's blossom, and I think there's only one more way to go, and that's just keep on going this way, towards Midtown.
Pastor Robinson, almost 43 years
Yes.
you've been serving as the pastor here at North Little Rock Baptist Church. How has Mayor Hartwick served your congregation, this city? Because you guys have sort of been partners for quite some time.
A long time, the joy and the power of our friendship and the longevity. our church loves him, and anytime we need him, the mayor's always there for us, along with other churches in the city. He's been so supportive right here in our community. That's what makes him so unique.
What does that do for your congregation when they see the mayor and he's present? So many other people in North Little Rock, they get to see the mayor at work on a regular basis. That makes a difference.
Oh yes, when the mayor's present, when he's here, I mean the excitement, he joins in with the choir, he sings, and we make him feel at home and welcome and anywhere in the city. We can see him as well. He's just as kind and cordial, and what I like about him, he shakes hands.
He certainly supports you guys, but you know, and I know that he's also out there supporting so many other churches and neighborhoods all across our city.
That's what makes him so special. It's not just First Baptist. Other churches, names are so numerous. His presence is there, and him being present makes a major difference.
Antonio, tell me what makes North Little Rock so great for business owners.
Well, North Little Rock's always been real friendly to us. The mayor's office is always there to help out. Anybody actually at the mayor's office that you call, they're like, okay, what do you need? How can we help out? So it's just a friendly city overall.
Let's talk about the areas around your business. You've got a great restaurant here, but the things around it impact business, and you've seen beautification in this area.
Yeah, McCain has gotten their median redone. Looks beautiful.
What's it like to be a business owner in the city of North Little Rock?
It's great. You go down to the mayor's office, he's there for you. If it's not him, it's one of the other employees that are there. It just overall is a great experience with North Little Rock and the mayor's office in general.
Ryan, renewable power has been a priority for the mayor for quite some time. Currently is a priority for him. How has the city and the mayor focused on alternative energy sources?
Well, I'll take it back to the 1980s in his first term. He was sitting mayor, made a big point to make sure the hydro plant down the river, Murray Hydro Plant, got put into place. It's been a great resource for us for almost 40 years now. When he took office in 2020, solar was a big thing. He made it a big effort. We sat down with the electric department and a couple of different vendors and developers to really talk through what solar would look like for the city. We are very grateful to partner with Today's Power in 2024, back in September. We have 7 megawatts total on that site. We anticipate that it will power roughly 1,200 homes worth of electricity annually.
Ryan, why is this so important to the residents of North Little Rock? When it comes to solar, some people are kind of confused about all of it, but it does impact the people that are living in our city.
It does. Our mission statement says that we want to provide affordable and reliable energy to all of our customers. And this will certainly help us do that now and well into the future, as well as incentivize economic development coming into our city, because a lot of big developers are looking for somewhere to go that renewable is important to them.
You are a former athlete in Burns Park, and you now know, really as an adult who has children use the parks as well, how important it is to our city.
Yeah, it is. And growing up, you don't realize that Burns Park is what it is, and you kind of take it for granted, and our other parks too. But you grow up and you realize that every city doesn't have a Burns Park. And I'm proud of what our city leadership has done over the last few years to improve and maintain our parks. They have implemented a new and improved and bigger ranger program, for the safety of people in our parks. They have expanded accessibility for everybody in the parks by building the accessible playground at Lehman Plaza. We built a pump track. We have improved the Old Mill Park.
A lot of times when you think about city government or what a mayor does or what the city council does, you don't think about building pickleball courts. That's not really something that you think about, but that's something that they heard from people and recognized that this is going to be a big deal and could potentially bring more people to see this special city in Arkansas, and that's been proven.
Yes, it has been proven because we built a great facility. We hired people to manage the tennis and the pickleball facility who went out and got national tournaments to bring people here. It's been really nice to have that facility done in the way that it is. If you go out there at 4 o'clock any day of the year, if it's sunny and nice out there, the whole facility will be covered up with people.
Cal, tell us why you wanted to invest in North Little Rock, why this is a place that you want to put your businesses in.
So we've invested in North Little Rock for the past 25 years, and we've seen a tremendous upside in our businesses over the past 25 years, so that's why we choose North Little Rock and continue to invest.
What are some of the moments that stick out to you from the mayor that made you realize, oh, we need to be here? Like this is what's special. This is what is different about North Little Rock.
Yeah, so he had this vision of building this conference center, I think about 5-6 years ago. It's been some time. And so when I had the opportunity to invest in this project in Argenta, I knew with Terry's hard work and efforts and how he's connected with the city, I know it was going to come to life. And so that's why we were super excited when it all came together.
What's the future of North Little Rock with 4 more years of Mayor Hartwick?
I think the sky's the limit. As the growth has continued to happen in the right trajectory, I think the sky's the limit. So.
Quincy, you're an Arkansas Razorback now, but before that you were a Charging Wildcat. You're from North Little Rock, and I think from what I hear, no matter where you are, you will always be proud to be from North Little Rock.
Yes, sir.
What is so special about this city that you love so much?
It's a community, the people around it, and just basically the history behind it. I know it's a lot of good people around here, and people know it's a lot of good people out here, and everybody is willing to help each other.
A lot of people can't wait to get out of their hometown that they grew up in. It's a little different for you.
Right. I know I'm the future of the city, so I know I got to carry the big torch, and a lot of people look up to me, so that's what I'm willing to do.
And you're already doing that. You're already an ambassador for the city of North Little Rock. Why do you take that so seriously, and what are some of the things that you're doing to make sure that North Little Rock does have a future of people that care?
Leading the younger generation and the kids after me, just to let them know and just to show them that there is a way out. That's what I look forward to, just helping others.
And you've had conversations with city leaders,
yes,
the mayor.
Right.
How important is that you as a young person are able to have those conversations and be heard?
I definitely see that, he sees a lot of positive things out of me. I know he looks forward to seeing me lead the community, and I believe in everything that he has going.
I am so proud of all that what the city has accomplished in 2024. In 2024, we opened the Blaze Fire Station in the east part of our city and began construction of the new Central Fire Station in Mid-City, which will replace the old Central Fire Station, which was built in 1962. Our police department opened the real-time crime center to help our officers work more efficiently. So many exciting things are happening in all areas of our city. The new Baptist Health Clinic, Rose City, opened in September. And in October, we unveiled the 31,000 square foot North Rock Conference Center, which will be built in downtown North Rock, just adjacent to Simmons Arena. Economic development continues to thrive in all parts of our city. In our downtown area, $80 million worth of new construction should begin in 2025. I am so proud of all of our city employees, dedication, and their hard work. We share a special spirit of community here in North Rock. I am proud to be your mayor and excited about 2025 and the next 4 years. Very much. I do appreciate it, and I am excited about the next 4 years. Let's go. Where are we now, Mr. Scott?
We are moving to old business, sir. Be 02507, Councilmember Robinson.
Excuse me. Let's move it to the second reading.
Yes, ma'am. 02507, an ordinance granting a special use to allow an event center in an I-2 zone for certain real property located at 305 Phillips Road in the city of North Little Rock, declaring emergency, second reading.
Like to discuss it.
Ms. Robinson, would like to discuss it? It's up for discussion.
Would like for,
I've got 3 people here if you want to start off, or if you can call them up here if you'd like. I've got 3 who want to speak on R2507. Maybe pronounced as Ms. Darlene. I can't see the last name. Darlene? Yes, that could be. Come on up, please. Identify yourself, and you've got 3 minutes.
Thank you for the 3 minutes.
Yes, ma'am. Go ahead and identify yourself, please, if you don't mind. Darlene.
Excuse me. My name is Darlene Worthen. First and foremost, I am a member of Stewards in Christ Church Outreach Ministry in the Rose City area. I am also a business owner in the North Little Rock area. I have a business called The One's Treasure Chest. It's a ministry thrift store. Also, I have a nonprofit organization in Rose City called Life of Rose City. My main concern here tonight is bringing life to the Rose City area. Since I moved back here 5 years ago, I've joined with Mr. Clifton, and he has joined me in certain events, positive events in Rose City to bring life to the community. Being an entrepreneur in my community, I want to thank Mr. Clifton for his investment in our nonprofit organization. I stand for the event center. My church goes to events and different things, and we go to Maumelle and other cities to hold event. North Little Rock has none of that here. I see all of the growth around the city, and I applaud and I smile when I ride down Main Street, when I ride down Pike Avenue. But when I make the commute to Rose City, that smile dwindles. And I just want to see life over in Rose City. And I think that this event is a very positive thing for us. I know that our churches hold event anniversaries and positive things. In every place, there's always going to be an opposition or something. But I think if we are given a chance, you know, to go forward with positive things in Rose City, that you will see a change about. We just want something to smile about, something nice in our community and nice in our city. Thank you for giving me the moments to speak.
Thank you, ma'am. Appreciate it. There you go. All right. Caps, is it? And there you go, I got you. Come on up, please. I do. I had to think who it was here, but now I know you. Come on up. Please identify yourself again, please.
Excuse me?
Please identify yourself. I have to have it for minutes, so go ahead. Tell who you are.
I'm Martha Capps. I'm a resident of Rose City, and this has to do with the proposed event center. I'm curious about getting some explanation of exactly how this is going to be formed. We were told that this nice building that Norman Clifton has was going to be leased to another party, and that the Cliftons would have nothing to do with it other than being the leaseor. Well, when I started doing some background checks and some other things, I was wondering why this person wanted to identify with North Little Rock, because I couldn't really see a connection. And we do have several other event venues in North Little Rock. We have the Methodist Church for wedding venues and receptions. We have the Rose City Community Center. But I do know from the research I did that an event center is an expensive project, and it requires a big investment and some good direction to run it. And I was worried about the credentials of the person who had applied. But I'm wondering if I've got the structure right. I've been led to believe from some conversations that the Cliftons are going to be hands-on involved in it. I'm not talking about they're standing there running it. I'm talking about overseeing it and being financially and overlooking it investment. I just want to find out what the structure is going to be, because we've had event centers and we've got that comedy club problem, and we don't want to get to the situation that we run off a good person like Shotgun Dan's. We don't want to create a problem there. That's been my problem. I just couldn't get any information from anybody about why this event center was coming here.
Okay.
That's my question.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Miss Abel, Shirley Abel, come up, identify yourself, please.
Good evening. My name is Shirley Abel. I'm a lifelong resident in Rose City. And I want to thank y'all for giving us the opportunity to speak, and to those who have responded back to the emails we've sent, thank you. The Rose City area wants more businesses and development. There's no question about it. Our concern is bringing in the right type of businesses for our neighborhood. The event center is about 10 blocks from my house. And we have a good concern for it possibly being a noise issue. There are days when at our house, 9-10 blocks away, we can hear the inside shooting range at Don's Weaponry. Sound carries out there. And we're just worried about this being a problem. There's also going to be increased traffic during the events. A little over a week ago, we had an issue with the traffic just at a standstill because folks were trying to turn left off of Phillips Road, and at the same time, there was an 18-wheeler trying to turn right onto Phillips, and nobody was gonna back off for the other one. And I know I sat in traffic a good 10 minutes before somebody finally moved enough to where traffic flow could go. So we've got a traffic flow issue. We have the noise issue. I think this process would have been better if the applicant had maybe approached the neighborhood association and said, hey, we want to bring this business in. What are your questions? We don't know a whole lot about the business plan. We don't know if they're strictly going to be looking at family-oriented stuff. The hours they've got down is nightclub hours. If they get a permit from the ABC, then you've got alcohol figured in. It's not very pretty on the outside. Landscaping would very much be appreciated. We just have a lot of concerns about this, and we hope that you have all read the emails that we have sent out and take the neighborhood into consideration. And if this does pass and we start having some noise issues, I guarantee you, your phones will be ringing at 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the morning, if that's what it is, so that y'all can sit up with the rest of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Ms. Robinson.
I'd like for the applicant to come to the mic.
The applicants come to up forward, Ms. Robinson-esque. So please, Edgar, if you're, yes, sir, you're available, please, for translation. So if you don't mind, sir, if you can understand, please, Edgar, if you'll relay the message, he needs to identify himself, if you don't mind.
Address?
My name is Santos Rodriguez. I live on Little Rock on 5318 Blueberry Drive.
Okay. Questions? Ms. Robinson.
My first question is, do you currently operate a business here in the city of North Little Rock?
Right now?
No.
No.
You do
right now.
not?
No.
Not currently. Have you ever operated a business in North Little Rock?
Yeah, I think that was like 2 years ago, a year ago.
What did he say?
He had a business 2 years ago or a year ago.
A restaurant. Restaurant.
He had a restaurant.
He had a restaurant in North Little Rock, but he no longer has a restaurant. Okay, you know, we've gotten phone calls against the event center, as well as I have had a couple for the event center. The hours of operations, I'm told, are from 8 a.m. to 12 a.m., and they're going to give you from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. to clean up after the event. I'm not for those times. I would prefer that your business operate maybe from 8 a.m., maybe to 11 p.m., and that you clean from 11 p.m. to 12. And that way you're out at 12 a.m. rather than staying there to 1 a.m.
Edgar, you got that?
Yes,
Okay.
sir. Ella tiene problemas con las horas que actualmente usted está pidiendo. Ella preferiría que las horas fueran de 8 de la mañana a 11 de la noche y de las 11 de la noche a la 1 que hicieran limpieza, preferiblemente que estuvieran afuera a medianoche.
Ok.
Sí, accede a las horas.
Se me hace un poco difícil por el, digamos, si tenemos una boda o algo, normalmente se extiende a las 12 o 1.
He said it's a little tough because if they have a wedding, sometimes the weddings will go to midnight or 1, so he can't fit that schedule. O sea, no, entonces no podría usted ajustarse a esas horas. ¿O
Es difícil.
He says it's difficult to adjust to those hours, from 8 to 11, and then be out of there by midnight.
We're going to propose, though, that his event center is from 8 a.m. until 11 p.m. It's going to be, that's going to be a recommendation from me.
Okay.
He's all right with it, doesn't matter.
La recomendación, sí.
I'll come to you.
He's fine with the recommendation, he said.
Hang on just a sec. Mr. Harris?
I think that's a good suggestion. I just had a comment to mediate this. What about okay till 12 o'clock on Friday and Saturday night? Just those 2 nights. I don't know. I'm just asking.
What do you say?
He wants to make sure that if it's, say, on Friday and Saturday night, he could be open from 8 a.m., but the midnight would be how he would close at midnight. That's what Mr. Harris is asking.
And my concern is they're giving him from 12 a.m. to 1 a.m. to clean up after his 12 a.m. closes. And who's to say that his event doesn't end at 12 a.m. because we're not going to be there policing this. So his event may end up closing at 12:45. It may end up closing at 1 o'clock and they come back the next day. Anyway, that will be and you all can vote for it or against it. My deal is that his events will shut down at 11.
Mr. Hamilton, then I'll come back to you, okay, Mr. Hamilton?
And just as a point of clarification, we can't make any amendments yet because it's only
This is
been
just
read
recommendations,
twice.
yeah.
In case Ms. Robinson was saying she wanted to do it now. I wasn't clear on that.
Thank you.
Thank you. Mr. Hamilton?
Thank you. I like Shotgun Dance. What time does the city make Shotgun Dance close? That may be a good barometer.
I believe it's 10 p.m. I
We
could be
make
wrong.
them close at 10
I don't think we
p.m.
make 'em. I
Or
think
what
that-
time
those
do
are their
they
hours.
close? What time does the city regulate that Shotgun Dan's not run a business anymore?
I don't know if planning is here, but unless they
Hang
have
on
a
a second.
special
Let
use
me
or
get
a
him.
conditional
Hey,
use.
I
can
see you back in the back there. I gotta go through the process. So the city attorney's asked, come on up, Sean. There you are.
I'm not aware of any time limit put on this property or anyone in the immediate area.
I mean, and what I was saying is if it's not a conditional use or a special use, I don't know what Shotgun Dance is zoned. If it's just straight zoning, it's not going to have a time, hours of operation time condition on it.
Plus, this is an event center, and this is different from Shotgun Dan, and this is in Ward 2.
Mr. Fowler.
Ms. Robinson brought up police, and which one of the concerns that was brought up was security. And I know it had been mentioned previously by Mr. Clifton that there would be private security, but I'm interested in how that's going to be enforced and maintained at each event. Yes, yes.
Él lo que quiere saber es que cómo es que van a mantener la seguridad. ¿Va a haber seguridad en ese lugar? ¿Qué planea para tener seguridad?
Puedo tener las dos cosas. Policía y...
Yeah, y'all have got to get in front of the microphone for all of us, if you don't mind. Edgar, I know it's tough for you, but go ahead. When y'all talk, make sure you're talking into the microphone.
Okay, he says here each event will have a licensed security agents present. O sea que todos los eventos van a tener seguridad de agentes presentes. Okay,
Say
so
that again, please.
Each
Say-
event will have licensed security agents present.
Yes, that was in the, yes, okay.
And one of the concerns I have is that that building can hold, I don't know where I got it from, 700 people. In the event that alcohol is served, I'm going to also make a motion that there are 2 licensed security for 350 or more people if alcohol is served.
Que sirve alcohol, tiene que haber 2 seguridades presentes, que es lo que va a ser recomendado.
And let me say this. I've been on this council for 22 years. Anytime an event center comes before this council, it is not an automatic slam dunk. We have questions, and we make sure that we try to satisfy both parties. So no one is being treated unfairly or treated differently. Every time a event center, be it the one off of Lynch Drive, which was Ward 2, be it one that was in the Pike Shopping Center, which was Ward 3, or be it the one that was on Main Street, which was Ward 1. But we do have event centers, and we do it case by case. So just because Shotgun Dan may not close till 11 or 12 o'clock, that's Shotgun Dan. Shotgun Dan is not an event center. Shotgun Dan has a history in the community, and they have been a viable restaurant and have been in the community for years. They have a track record. They have a history in this city, and I'm just doing my job.
Any more questions?
I have questions. I want to talk about parking. Right now, the parking spaces, I had one community person to go check the parking spaces, and they said, looked like there were 20. I checked Google and looked like there were 9 or 10, but I've been informed that they have enough parking. So to put down the he say, she say, I want planning before a business license is issued to submit to the city in writing actually how many clearly defined parking places are at this event center. Another thing I want to say, in the event that this event center has 700 people, and there's more than likely that they will, that their parking has to remain on site. If it overflows to the shopping center or overflows to the other areas, they need a permit from the owners or the people of those businesses. And that's policy.
Ms. Ross, wait a minute, I'm going to wait till Edgar explains it. All right, Ms. Ross.
Hey, Sean's here, correct?
Sean, you're here, correct? Where are you, Sean?
I just want to get the determination of the number from the fire marshal. How many they can actually have, the maximum number? Is it 380?
So we definitely need to ask Fire Marshal that question. All right? He's
Okay.
here.
He's here.
He's here for that.
Okay,
But
Chief
it'd be
Allman's here?
For every spot, for every 5 persons,
can have
it's
one
one
space.
parking spot. So right now, the estimate was around 380, 390 people.
Right.
Based on what they were being told, which would be about 80, 90 paid parking spots. So what we would require, if your amendment is added to it, we would require the applicant or the owner to provide us a detailed drawing showing the fill in the blank 90 parking spots, with aisles and that kind of stuff. So they would have to provide that drawing to us if that was a condition.
Can Chief Allman?
Yeah, he's here. Come on up,
See him
Chief.
back there.
Did you understand the
I'm
question
just,
a
the
while ago,
number's
Chief?
been, was it 380 or what was the determination? I know you do the square footage and all that.
I got to tell you, I've not seen exactly how it's going to be set up. The building is a little over 11,000 square feet. Some of that is obviously going to be set aside for like office use stuff, but there is a large warehouse area. And if it were set up as like play area, it could be one person for every 50 square feet. A dance floor would be one person every 5 square feet. So it could be very low end 350. It's not going to be less than that. But it could be 700. It could easily be more than 700. It entirely depends on how it's set up. And we routinely don't see how that is set up until we get plans for the, like,
you've
they're
not
gonna have to do some remodeling. There's at least 9 different things. Right now, it's not, they can't operate it as an event center the way the building is today. It doesn't have a fire alarm. The exits aren't what they need to be. But once there are plans submitted, we would not approve that, and they would not be able to get a business license until it did meet. But as far as the occupant load goes, I would say very minimum low end 350, high end could easily be 700, depending on how it's set up.
So they have to give you the plans then before that, so, okay, that's, well then. Okay, so I guess, and this is a question for, I don't know, the applicant and maybe Mr. Norman too. I know at planning, Norman, Mr. Clifton, sorry. You said that they would be applying for a beer and wine permit for this event center, is that correct? The applicant? Okay. So does that mean,
Yeah, beer and wine.
Sí, cerveza, beer and wine, sorry.
like a restaurant or whatever, so you will sell you will be the one selling the beer and wine?
¿Va a ser el que va a vender la cerveza y el vino?
Sí.
Yeah,
Okay, yeah, because most event centers, people, not most, but some, they bring in their own alcohol, so it's different. So I didn't know how that was going to work as far as, will the license be in your name or Mr. Clifton's name, the liquor license?
I know.
It will be in your name. Okay, so that's what's kind of confusing me, because the applicant is Mr. Clifton.
Well, ma'am, I'm the owner. The applicant is Mr. Rodriguez.
Well, not the way I read it.
Yeah, it says in our ordinance that it was
You're the one
Clifton
getting the-
Family LLP is who submitted the application.
His
according
name is
to
just
the-
down at the bottom, is
Yeah, as being the operator. Okay.
I just hadn't seen this
Okay,
before, and that's why I
well,
was confused.
And actually, we rely on the information we get from planning, and that may be a correction. The application has OK Event Center / Santos Rodriguez,
Okay.
and has Clifton Family LLP. And I had not seen that.
Okay, that clears it up, because that's not what we received. So, okay, so it will be, because that's why I was trying to figure out how, if he got the liquor license and it was in your name. Okay, so that clears that up, so it will be in his name.
You need a copy of that? You need a copy?
I think that Mr. Clifton's going to let me keep it. Thank you.
Okay, and so this is another question. Mr. Rodriguez, will you be there at every event, or will you just be leasing this out to anyone that wants to, and they can bring in their own?
O solamente lo va a rentar el lugar y no.
Voy a tratar de estar en todos los eventos.
He's going to try to be at all the events.
Okay, because I do know, I've had a really bad experience with an event center, and it was because, the owner of the event center was not there. They were just leasing it out and promoting it for other people, and it was not, it was just a bad experience. And so if the owner's there, it works much, much better. So if you can be at all of them, it will be much to your advantage.
Evento que va a hacer usted. Pero ella dice que ella ha tenido malas experiencias muchas veces, que el dueño o la persona encargada no esté ahí.
That's what scares me.
Depende del evento.
Sí, yo puedo tratar de estar en cada evento que si ellos lo piden.
He's going to try to be at every event if that's what your requirement.
I mean, he can have, he can
Depende
hire.
del evento que sea.
But also it depends on the event.
Right, but he could hire someone or have someone to be there
O usted puede
as a manager, event manager, whatever, so.
agarrar a alguien para que lo haga.
Sí,
y ayude.
eso es seguro que va a estar alguien.
For sure, there's going to be somebody there, either him or somebody representing him.
Because my whole concern is when you have a group that large and you don't have someone there overseeing it, our police department is swamped right now, and they cannot expend any more resources with a crowd of 700 people.
Usted no puede estar ahí todo el tiempo.
Okay, so that's my main concern, that you will be there, someone will be there to take care of it. Okay, I think we got all the others.
Ms. Robinson?
So what I'm wanting to do, Ms. City Attorney,
Yes, ma'am.
I would like for the hours from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. is what I'd like, you know. So I motion.
Okay, before we do that, this has only been read twice. Before we get to that point, it's gonna need to be, have the rules suspended and read a third time and get it on the floor with a motion and a second, and then it's time to make the amendments you wanna make.
Can I ask a
Okay.
question to Mr. Clifton? There has been a lot of discussion of the people, Martha, Shirley, there's been a lot of discussion. I don't know if we got all your questions answered, but right now I've been writing them down. Fire marshal's got some requirements. There's parking requirements. There's fire alarm requirements. There's security requirements, and so far there's hours requirements. My question would be, can we make these amendments and bring it back to the next council meeting, or you want something done tonight?
I don't see any problem with doing that.
I mean, I'm asking Ms. Robinson, it's hers to call. It's her ordinance. So I'm just putting it out here. You've got a lot of discussion going on here about amendments, is what I'm saying. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
We can make we can bring it back at the next council meeting.
And Mr., go ahead, Mr. Clifton.
I have been in contact with the fire marshal. Everything he's told me needs to be done to the building. We're in favor of doing. We'll certainly do that. There's been some discussion about the applicant's business acumen, I guess you might say, but what originally started all this was all these emails pertaining to him, and I've gotten copies of those emails from the city clerk's office, and 40 of those emails pertains to him and the city clerk's office and the ABC board about his alcohol permit license. Not any infractions against him, all about getting that cleared up. And in one of them, it clearly states that they have an interpretation problem. The other issues, 17 of those, were concerning a petition that he made to the Planning Commission for an event center. And there were 17 of those emails that pertained to that. And he closed his business in North Little Rock and went to Little Rock. And he has the closure certificate that they required showing he closed this bit, and he had been here in 2 years. So now then, I don't know, I guess I'm kind of getting off track here, but this was a great state of the city that we just got through watching, and I would love to have been somewhere or in somebody making note in 1937, whenever my family started in business in North Little Rock and has continually been in business in North Little Rock since 1937. And we're still here, and I've got family members, younger, still coming up. In the last 8 years, since this wonderful Broadway Boulevard that we spent around $4 million on, widening, making it beautiful down through there, in the last 8 years, our family has bought and renovated 17 properties that was junk laying by the side and not anything done. We've came in, bought them, renovated them, brought new business into Rose City, and they're all doing well. And that's exactly what I'm trying to do now. And I have, Mayor and City Council member, 50 business owners from Rose City all the way to Protho Junction that our family went out and got each one of those business people, told them what we wanted to do, told them the possibility of having 300 to 600 people a week coming into Rose City, looking at new business, seeing new business, traffic coming into new business, and they signed that petition in welcoming the opportunity to try to have more people. So, there's a lot more I've got a criminal background report on Mr. Rodriguez, and there's nothing there. He has made a letter that he gave to me earlier and asked me if I would read to the council on his behalf. So I'm asking for permission to read that.
Go ahead, let's get going. Thank you.
Hello, Mayor and council members. Thank you for the opportunity to speak and explain my actions regarding my restaurant and bar business in North Little Rock. Due to my inexperience and not understanding all the city laws and regulations, I failed at some filing deadlines and not turning in paperwork. I unfortunately had a return check of $1,011 because of a bank account transfer, and I came and paid it with a cashier's check as soon as I was notified. I now have an attorney that can help me keep track of my renewal dates, as well as to interpret to me the rules and regulations I need to follow and file as needed. Unfortunately, she could not be here with him tonight. I want to make my business here in North Little Rock. Please let me apologize to you and the city council and the city offices that I have been late in filing with. Please let me have this opportunity to open my business here so that I can provide for my family. Thank you. I will be a good neighbor and provide a needed service to the Rose City area. Thank you.
So hang on, go ahead, Ms. Ralston, I'm going to get this thing going.
Okay, now my question is, if there is overflow in the parking spaces and they overflow into Shotgun Dance, they overflow into the shopping center, what is that, what are their recourses then as far as the businesses adjoining it with them taking up their customer spots?
Sean, are you back there somewhere still?
Is that just have a sign posted that, you know, no parking for, I know when you get in like these
I
strip
know
malls,
what you're
you
saying,
know, there's
but,
always a lot of.
so what do you understand the
Other than
question?
a sign, I mean, there wouldn't be any way to enforce someone to park from this side of a line
Unless
and
they
that
had
side
a
of the
sign
line.
posted, you know, will be towed or whatever.
Correct, but it would be self-enforcement with, you know, some signage based on that.
Okay, so if,
And then the enforcement would be by the adjoining property
Owners,
owners,
I know.
because we can't enforce on private property.
I'm just
Yes,
saying, I
Ms.
don't want
Ms.
to be a
Hart.
nuisance to the adjoining property if it comes to that.
So I do want to ask a question as one of the newer council members. I just watched the state of the city. I heard businesses, community members talk about the friendliness of North Little Rock, the relationships that exist in North Little Rock, and how we want to grow it, how we want to communicate with our neighbors, with our friends, and our businesses. It is on my heart to say to Mr. Rodriguez Santos that there's some level of apology that I have for him as a business owner trying to come and do business here in North Little Rock, because it seemingly has not been his experience. Now, I'm newer, so I don't know all of the history, but I do know that it's a conflicting message for us to have a State of the City address, and we talk about who we are as a city, how we represent ourselves, how we work with businesses. And then here it is, we have a gentleman or two who are trying to do that. And I'm a little concerned and slightly, I guess it's misunderstood about the adverse reaction. So I've done my homework. I've called people who have emailed, who have called. I've had conversations to understand what the goal is in this event center. But I've seen nothing but hostility. And so I do want to say on record that that is not who we are. And I think that we should consider that as we talk about how we deal with folks who are presenting business opportunities in North Little Rock, how we represent ourselves, and how we, you know, I've talked to every community member as well that has contacted me. So I do think if you all who have said something about this have information that I don't know because I am newer, please feel free. Because what I have seen displayed here is a little bit different than what I saw displayed in that video that represented who we were as a city.
I just want to say one thing. As far as, this is not hostility coming from the council, if that's who you're referring to. It is our job to ensure that we have these neighborhoods protected. And this, by asking these questions, we know having a manager on site, that's going to help it a lot. So I just want to say that I don't see any hostility coming from the council. It's just our job, and we do this all the time on lots of legislation.
Mr. Hamilton.
I appreciate Councilmember Hart and Councilmember Ross's comments. I believe that, I'm not so sure, some of the tones here tonight weren't hostile, but I do know asking questions about things is absolutely appropriate. And I certainly would never consider that. But I also think the council member should beware and use caution when extending certain parameters and restrictions to some businesses and not others. I trust our police to take care of criminal issues. I trust the noise ordinances that we have in place. I trust the planning department and the fire marshal and the regulations that they have in place to handle these issues. I don't like the city council picking winners and losers and choosing to apply certain restrictions on some people and not others while ignoring current regulations in place.
Everybody, please, okay? I know you want to
My
clap.
amendment still, we're going to deal with the parking. And I have asked planning to get us something in writing so it's not he say, she say, how many parking places there. We will know specifically how many people or how many cars can park at that business. Now, that's not picking on anybody. And the second thing that I asked for, which is what the community has asked for, because it has been rumored about a nightclub. So, only thing I have asked is that your hours be from 8 a.m. to 11 p.m. And then you're able to clean up from 11 p.m. to 12 rather than from 12 to 1 a.m. And I think that that's fair. Another thing that I have asked is that if you have 350 or more people attending the functions and alcohol is served, that you have 2 licensed security people as opposed to 1. Now, that's all I've asked, and I think that's fair. And those are my amendments regardless. Those are my amendments. It's my legislation. You can vote it up or you can vote it down.
Mr. Hamilton.
I'd just like to say that in terms of an event center, make sure that the regulations we're applying here in these types of security guard recommendations and parking recommendations that we keep in mind will be operating an event center, a convention center of our own here in a moment, in a little bit, and we should consider how many security guards we might have to have if we apply that.
Anybody else? So right now, go ahead, Mr. Clifton. Yes, sir, come on.
One last comment, please. I feel like it's unfair for Alderman Robinson to try to put a restriction at 11 p.m. on this, and it's not on any other event center in this city.
Anybody else? So right now, I can see right now you've got about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 amendments possible. So my question back to y'all would be, would you like to get together to see what amendments she can bring to the floor? He's agreed to most of them, but it's kind of out here in left field. Or can you wait, or do you want to vote on it tonight with some type of amendments? Edgar, help me.
¿Quiere que voten hoy o si quiere mejor preparar mejor y regresar la próxima vez los cambios que va a haber y el papeleo y todo?
Everything else we take care of. see how you can make it happen. Vote on that amendment. If they vote for that amendment,
I've wanted every meeting paid by the city.
and then
Do you know of a simpler way, Ms. Fields?
I'm sorry.
Right now, I think with so much out there, let Ms. Robinson bring the amendments to the floor and bring it up the next meeting. It is her ordinance.
It's her ordinance.
That's right.
So, Ms. Robinson, if you want to,
I'm letting Edgar get through talking to you.
or if we're going to hold it till the next meeting, maybe bring up the amendments.
It's her ordinance.
Oh, I can call it if I want to.
All right, so, yes, sir, Edgar, go to the microphone, tell me what you got to talk.
I'm sorry, he says he wants to come back.
Okay, so here's the deal right now. It's Miss Robinson's ordinance, guys, okay? So she's gonna write some amendments, take it to Mr. Clifton and Edgar, if you won't mind relaying this, and there'll be amendments at the next council meeting that come up. Is that fair with everybody? Ms. Fields? I don't know a better way to do it right now, because it's all over the board. You okay with that?
And I can, in the meantime, work with Ms. Robinson on the wording of her amendments, so we're not doing it on the fly, because sometimes,
And when you get those, make sure Mr. Clifton and Mr. Edgar, if you don't mind relating him, that he'll get those well in advance, so we'll see the amendments that y'all can discuss. I think this keeps it orderly. You see what, he's admitted to most everything that he would do it, but I want to see it in writing that we can vote on it. Does everybody in the audience, Shirley, Ms. Capps? Y'all, we're giving y'all time to give you some opinion to talk to them too. So to make this an early thing, what we're going to do is sit on this till the next time. It's Ms. Robinson's ordinance. Nobody else can do anything without her opinion. We're going to write amendments, bring it back to the council for vote. Mr. Clifton, everybody okay with that, correct? All right. Edgar, Ms. Fields, you okay with that?
I am.
Don't we need to do a third reading and?
Well, I think
We can do it at the next
we can do it
meeting.
the next time. Is that okay with everybody? Everybody okay with that? Ms. Hart, you got any more questions? Anybody? Okay. Thank you very much. And right now, we're going to hold it to the next meeting with amendments coming at you, okay?
may we be excused?
Say, yes, you can be. Other people who's come to attend tonight, talk about 02507 can be excused, please. Thank you.
I talked to Senator Scott about the slaughterhouse.
Hey, y'all. Thank y'all for coming out. Thank you, everybody.
Yeah, it's, they pulled it anyway.
I'm ready to roll.
They're not gonna do it? Oh, okay, they did.
Yeah.
Thank you. Let's go ahead with the consent agenda. All those who would like to pull, whether we'd like to have any pull, if not, I'll ask for a voice vote of aye on R2523 and R2524. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oppose?
Aye.
Thank you, Steve. Oppose? All right, please.
All right, that moves us to new business, sir.
Business.
R2525, Mayor Hartwick.
Please, I gotta go ahead and read, and I'll do a public hearing after that.
A resolution certifying the amount of a cleanup lien to be filed with the Pulaski County Tax Collector against certain real property located at
Thank you, Martha.
5821 Alta Vista Drive.
Thank you. With that, I wish to call a public hearing. Those wishing to speak for or against this, please come to the microphone. Those wishing to speak for or against, please come forward. Seeing none, adjourn the public hearing.
Okay, motion?
Move for adoption.
Motion and a
Second.
second. There's a second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Move for adoption.
Second.
Thank you.
Now, what, we just
That
adopted?
was a resolution.
There's a resolution.
We're good.
So it's done. Go to the new order.
Go back to sleep.
Two ordinances now.
Yeah.
We're on
Making sure I was
025-9.
awake.
Call Mr.
Yes, sir.
Harris.
Gotcha.
Please call it.
An ordinance accepting streets and drainage facilities within Cypress Trail in the city of North Little Rock, declaring emergency, first reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Second.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Motion adopt.
Motion adopt.
And a second? Did I hear-
Ross?
Yes.
Is there a second?
Well, I have to, there's a second somewhere.
Second.
There's a second, Mr. Baxter.
Okay.
Thank you.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
025-10, Councilmember Harris.
Please call it.
An ordinance accepting streets and drainage facilities within Phase 25B of Country Club of Arkansas in the city of North Little Rock, declaring an emergency, first reading.
Move to suspend all readings, place on third reading.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Motion to adopt.
Motion adopt.
Second.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
025-11, Councilmember Harris.
Please call.
An ordinance accepting streets and drainage facilities within Phase 25C of Country Club of Arkansas, declaring emergency, first reading.
Move to suspend all readings, place on third reading.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
025-12, Councilmember Harris.
Please call.
An ordinance accepting streets and drainage facilities within Phase 25D of Country Club of Arkansas, declaring emergency, first reading.
Move to suspend all readings, place on third reading.
Second.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Motion to adopt.
Motion adopt.
Second.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
025-13, Councilmember Robinson.
Please call it.
An ordinance waiving certain sections of Article 9 and Article 15 of the subdivision ordinance, ordinance number 7946, for certain real property located at 1001 Hemlock Street in the city of North Little Rock, to waive half-street improvements, declaring emergency, first reading.
Move to suspend all readings.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
025-14, Mayor Hartwick,
This
for
is for
consideration only.
consideration only. Please call it.
An ordinance waiving certain sections of Article 9 and Article 15 of the subdivision ordinance, ordinance number 7946, for certain real property located at 6220 MacArthur Drive within the planning jurisdiction of the city of North Little Rock, declaring emergency, first reading.
Move to suspend readings.
Yes, motion to suspend the readings, and I'll come back to Ms. Robinson, okay?
Second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Thank you. David, are you here, David Cook? Come on up here. I got a question for you from Ms. Robinson.
Yeah, I just want to know why is it
Well, it's a
consideration?
consideration only is what she's
What
going
is
to
this
ask.
about?
Is there anything? I know.
I'm not sure why this is for consideration only.
It's out.
I do know MacArthur Drive, there's a state highway.
John?
Oh.
He's right there.
Okay.
And I think you do know, but let me.
Okay, all right.
Go
We're
ahead.
just outside the city limits, so there's no elected officials to
That's why I
sponsor
would-
it, so
okay.
the
And
mayor
that's-
has to sponsor it.
Want to make sure, Ms. Fields had it, but I want to make sure. So it's outside the city limits, it's in our jurisdiction, so I
Okay.
did it for consideration only.
That's
Is-
fine.
You
but fi-
didn't want me to show I knew the answer, huh?
Well, I knew you did. By the way, has there been any complaints? This is something, if you looked at it, Sean, everything's okay? It's just-
We received no complaints or
Gotcha.
anything.
All right. So there it is.
Right.
So
Motion
now
to adopt.
We suspend the rules.
Motion to adopt.
Second.
Adopt.
Can I say something real quick?
Yes, ma'am.
They have a wonderful product if y'all have not.
They do have some good products. They
Really,
really do.
Really good.
We do.
Oh, yeah.
Go ahead.
All right.
Good chocolate.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yeah.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
O 2515, Councilmember Baxter.
Please call it.
An ordinance amending ordinance number 9660, which granted a conditional use to allow minor auto repairs in a C3 zone for certain real property located at 12,601 Maumelle Boulevard in the city of North Little Rock, Arkansas, amending the subject conditional use to allow a tire shop, declaring emergency. First reading.
Let's go ahead and suspend, and I'll have
Move
to
to
convene a
suspend
public
all
hearing.
readings.
Yes.
Second.
Motion second.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
Thank you. With that, I need to convene a public hearing. Public hearings convened. Those wishing to speak for or against O 2515, please come to the microphone. Yeah, if you're going to speak, come on up. You better run. All right, I don't see anybody at the microphone. We're going to adjourn the public hearing.
Mayor, if I might,
Yes, sir. Go ahead, Mr. Baxter.
did you adjourn the public hearing?
I did adjourn. Yes, sir.
Okay, so just for clarification, this company's business model not only does minor auto repair work, but also does tire work as well, to include marketing the sale of tires. We left that off initially, so this is correcting the original piece of legislation to allow them to also do tire work. And this is the boilerplate tire language we use in every other tire store application. Thanks.
Thank you.
Is there a motion on this?
There is a motion on this.
Move for adoption.
And there's a document.
Second.
There's a motion and a second.
All right.
Thank you, Amy.
Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
On the emergency, Ross?
Yes.
Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Baxter?
Yes.
Harris?
Yes.
Fowler?
Yes.
Insulaco?
Yes.
So that concludes new business.
Thank you. Ms. Robinson?
I got a question for Chief.
Chief?
Mayor, you have one card.
I do have
but
one card.
I don't see her.
I don't either.
Okay.
I was going to announce it after she got through with the chief.
Good evening, Chief.
Good evening.
My question, and this is something that's bothering me. If you have an event center and you're having a party and you allow 350 to 700 people and wine and alcohol is served, is it unreasonable to ask for 2 licensed security officers?
Absolutely not. And especially if you're getting up in the 700 number, you probably should have 4 because you have a parking lot to worry about. You know, alcohol is the variable that you never know what's going to happen.
Thank you.
Ms. Ross?
I just want to say something that, you know, the problem that we had, the one on Main Street, I mean, that was practically every patrol officer we had out there. And I believe that the county, we had to have county sheriffs also come in on that. There were some county sheriffs in on that. It was, everybody in the county was on it, so.
Yeah, that was a little wild.
Yeah, it's been a while ago, and that's why it's,
Mr. Hamilton?
got to be able to take care of what we got.
At my birthday party with my friends, if there's like 20 or 30 of them, I promise you it's reasonable to have at least 2 licensed security guards there. Now, are there current regulations from the ABC that require certain security for your alcohol permit based on certain numbers of people?
I don't know, because I don't work for the ABC. I just know what can happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that is not an argument you'll get from me.
All right, anything else? Because I think we're going to move forward. I will remind everybody that Monday, February 17th is observance of President's Day, so be aware of that. We'll probably be 1 day late next week on trash pickups.
Sure, I believe
They're
they're
going to be,
working.
okay,
Yes,
thank
sir.
you, I didn't know. All right, anybody else have anything to say?
So moved.
Motion and a second.
Second.
There's a second. I
Hamilton?
did, Ms. Temple,
Yes.
you're not here, correct, Ms. Temple?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. I want to get
Okay.
ready. All right, go, I'm sorry.
Ross?
Go ahead.
Ross? Yes. Hamilton?
Yes.
Hart?
Yes.
Robinson?
Yes.
Back.
I had to get some order to it.
We lost him.
Yes.
Fowler? Insulaco?
Affirmative.
I know you did. Okay.
That's fine.